Hello, YouTube and Universe, and welcome to Scarstar Productions. I'm your host, Moro, here bringing you everything on your favorite brands and more. And today, we'll be looking at the new reveals during the Hasbro Pulse live stream that was on May 14th. But before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification so you don't miss another video like this, because it may be a small click for you all, but it's a big help for me, and it will help the channel out later on. And also, we have a Discord now, so if you ever want to talk to the cast of my stop motion or comic dub stuff, you can always do that. Or if you want to sign up, the applications are in there. So if you want to join, the link will be in the description down below. But without further ado, let's begin. Now, we'll be going in the exact same order they did on the live stream. So starting off with the core class for Studio Series 86, we have Steeljaw. And I have to say, it looks pretty good, though it doesn't seem to have that much articulation to it. And if you put it right next to Blaster, you can see it's really small. And I don't know how to feel about that because, to me, Steeljaw should be the exact same size as Ravage. And comparing this to that figure from Siege and Earthrise, that doesn't look similar at all. And when you turn it into this cassette mode, it doesn't look as good either. It's just half of it is painted and the other half is just blank plastic. So it just looks incomplete overall. Now for accessories, Steeljaw comes with this big circular thing. I don't know if this is a satellite dish or a boombox, but I can't really tell if it's molded in gold or if it's gold paint all over it. Either way, it looks pretty good. And another thing you could do with it, you could actually recreate the scene where Blaster replaces his hand with speakers when he went against Soundwave. And I really think that's some cool attention to detail right there. Next up, in the deluxe class, we have Gamer Edition, Decepticon Grunt. And I have to say, it looks pretty good, but it's just a Barricade remold. And you know how the opinion on that figure was. Though I do like how they cleaned it up and changed it up a whole lot. And I also like the vehicle mode because, well, it looks even cleaner than Barricades. After that, moving on to the Voyager class, we have Bumblebee movie, Skywarp. Now, this is just a recolor of the Starscream that we knew was coming, since that's basically what Skywarp has always been. But my only complaint about this figure is there is no black to it. It's just purple, gray, and white. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like they could have done something more with it, if you get what I mean. But other than that, there's nothing really much to say about this figure. It's just another recolor of Starscream. After that, we have the leader class figure, and it is Studio Series 86 Springer. My GOAT is back. The GOAT is back. And it looks amazing. I just can't put my emotions into words for this. It's just perfect. Because I only had, the record Springer that came out in year 1 of Legacy. So this is perfect for anyone that wants a G1 accurate version of him. Now, of course, he does have his two all modes, his helicopter and his sports car. But the one thing I want to talk about is how many accessories he comes with, because look at all this. This is a lot. No figure should come with this much. But he works for Springer because it ties in with all the scenes he's in. Except for the Wrecker Hammer. That's just in there because, well, he was a Wrecker, the leader of them. But the main accessory I want to talk about is the rocket. Yes, he has the rocket from the 86 movie when he says, "I got better things to do than die." Let me tell you, that is my favorite scene in that movie. He also comes with two swords, one of them being show accurate, while the other one actually turns into the helicopter rotors. And he has the two guns from Siege, which is nothing really impressive. Another thing that he has is he also has that little cannon in his arms that was shown for a split second in the movie. Which is impressive since I get it's a leader scale budget, but this was just like the Siege Springer, yet they added so much to it, it actually worked. Which got me wondering why people don't like this. It's an amazing figure. And let me guess, it's the people that hate the new Transformer 1 movie and Earthspark that hate this figure as well. Well, not everything could be as serious as the Michael Bay movies and Transformers Prime, but let me not go on a rant. Next up, we have Level A, Studio Series 86, Bumblebee. And, ooh, this looks amazing. This is about to be some people's definitive version of the G1 Bumblebee. And I can't agree anymore. This looks amazing. And I don't really have anything to say about this because that's how good it is. The only downside is it looks like a penny racer when you turn it into its vehicle mode. Basically, a penny racer is just a deformed version of the car it's based off of. Though, there's nothing really to complain about that because it still looks good either way. And for the final figure, we have Leader Class Comic Book Edition Straxus. And ooh, this looks amazing. Now, originally we were supposed to get Straxus in year 1 of Legacy, yet they never made him. And seeing this now, it looks perfect. And they went with his blue color since that's what he actually looked like when he was first shown in the comics. And I was completely right on my last Transformer video. This is a Kingdom Galvatron remold, and I love it because of that. And when you turn it to its vehicle mode, it looks exactly like his Space Cannon alternate mode, and I love it. Now, for his box, it's the exact same cover that was on the comic book he was first introduced with, and I just love it. It shows him and Blaster fighting, which was a huge point in the comic books, because Straxus actually killed Blaster's best friend. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Scrounge? I don't really remember. But either way, it looks perfect. And when you turn it to the side, it also adds on to the mural that was shown with the Grimlock and Shockwave that was previously shown. Now, if you look closely on the box, you can actually see a yellow hand right next to Straxus. Now, this will be the next figure to release in this comic book edition. And I think I know who it is. I think this is the Autobot mad scientist, Flame. Now, if you don't know who that is, basically he was a mad scientist for the Autobots that basically killed most of his teammates and reanimated them as zombies, which is kind of gruesome. Hopefully we get a Flame figure because we never actually got a figure of him before, so this will be a good addition to the comic book line. And that's it for the figures. Moving on to the next portion, the Space Bridge. Now, these are just going to be the reveals for the next wave of Transformers Legacy, and not to say, most of them look pretty good, but I don't really have good hopes for it. Now, starting off with the core class, we have Energon Universe, Galvatron. Now, we already knew this was coming since we got the core class Megatron that came out in Wave 1, but I really wish this would have been like a Voyager class or even Leader class figure because I want a new Energon Megatron. After Galvatron, we have another Rock Lord, and it's just a recolor of Boulder Crash, and there's nothing really that much to say about it since we don't know that much information of it. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, we don't know anything. And I think that's because Mark wasn't there since he's the one that usually has all the lore for the characters. But moving on into the deluxe class, we have G1 Universe Quake. Now, when I first heard this figure was gonna come out, I was really excited, but after seeing this image, because this is the box art for it, remember that. So all this will look exactly like the figure. And if you look at the legs and how the chest is oriented, that is gonna be a Skullgren remold. Now, I get you have to budget for certain things so you can make new molds as well, but this being a Skullgren remold is just the worst. That means it may not even turn into a proper tank. It also reuses the Neil-Nail's Target Masters, and we don't get anything unique for them, which I say is a real downer. But hey, at least we got all the double Target Masters for the Decepticons. That's the only plus to this. After Quake, we have Slipstream. Now, this isn't any particular version of her, though if it was, I think it's the Takara version because just like that, it's going to be a remold of Windblade. And there's nothing really to say about that because we all knew this was coming since they been said it for the Hasbro PulseCon that was last year. The only thing I don't like about this is the head. It just looks weird in my opinion, like they could have done something else to it. And for the final deluxe class, we have G1 Toy Universe, Optimus Prime. Now, I'm just calling this Toy Universe since this seems to be a remake of the original G1 toy. Even though we already got the Missing Link, I feel like this is Missing Link at home, basically. But thanks to the box art that's shown, I feel like this will be a good rendition of Optimus Prime. And that's the only thing I want, because with the 86 Optimus Prime that's coming up as well, I feel like we could get a good rendition of his animated depiction and his toy depiction. Now, after Optimus Prime, we have two different Voyager classes, and I'm going to start with the least impressive one, and that one is Metal Hawk. Now, we already got Metal Hawk last year in Legacy Evolution, but this one is supposed to be more toy accurate, so it's going to have a gold color scheme instead of yellow, which I might get because I don't really have a Metal Hawk, so I think this may be good for our first Metal Hawk. After Metal Hawk, we have Animated Universe Motor Master. And just like the Slipstream, we already knew this one was coming. But I have to say, based off of the box art, this is going to be a good figure, and I love how it looks. But other than that, I don't really have much to say about it. After the Voyager class, we have the final two things, that being the Leader class. And this kind of makes up for us not having a Leader class last wave, so the first Leader class we have, Armada Galvatron. So that means we're getting two different Galvatrons in this wave, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Now, this figure was revealed way far back because of the tidal wave that released. And I don't know, I already have the Armada Megatron, so I don't know if I'll actually get this one. I'll probably get it if it goes on sale or something. And finally, after Armada Galvatron, we have G1 Universe Soundwave. And as you can see, it's just the core class box art, and that's because this is just going to be a reissue of the Netflix Soundwave. And I'm kind of disappointed about that because we already got that figure and I was expecting something new. The only upside to this is that it comes with an extra cassette, so that means it's going to have 3 cassettes with it, plus Soundwave. So even though I don't see the value in that, it's still a good deal if you want to get a definitive version of Soundwave. But other than that, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. And comment down below which figure you're looking forward to the most. And if that's it, that's a wrap. Fade to black.